They got their name Blackfoot from the color of the moccasins that they wore. However, it's not their clothes, but their actions that gave this Osage offensive line its name. So Shimmiz moved from the field to the stands, but now he's in the press box. Why? Every kid that came in here with a ball looking for an autograph, $5 was hit out to Joplin for relief. Total, Balls and Strikes estimates that they made close to $500. So Texas is kind of a big deal. You may have heard that they have their own television network. It's also the only team in the Big 12 Gary Pinkel's Tigers have not beaten. I'm here with Ty Green, who's a senior offensive guard and defensive tackle for Boonville. Now, what do you think about the season so far, Ty? Some good football should be coming to the Edward Jones Dome shortly. I'm not talking about Rams. I'm talking about when teams score off for the high school football state finals. DGB, a big guy from a big family. His parents were here, and he had 9 brothers and sisters all here to support. You couldn't have said it any better. A huge win with everything that's gone on, with Coach Gary Pinkel getting arrested. You had to wonder how would the team respond? Missouri's first game of March Madness will be on Friday against number 15 Norfolk State. Now, if the Tigers progress far enough, they could come across number 1 Michigan State in the Elite Eight. Odd fact between those two teams, they're the only 2 out of the top 8 seeds overall to win their conference tournaments. In Columbia, Brad Galbraith, KOMU 8 Sports. Dylan Fork's job is to get the crowd pumped up.
I kind of get the cheers going, tell them what cheers we're going to be doing next.
In the stands, he becomes a different person than he is at home.
It's fun to watch him, and I think it's just, watching his excitement and some of the crazy things he does, jumping around. He's really kind of quiet at home.
But Dylan knows what the players need to hear. He was one of them. Fork played football his freshman year, but then his career was cut short. He suffered a stress fracture in his back while playing basketball, causing him to miss his entire sophomore year.
I was planning on playing my junior year. It started bothering me again. So then last November, I had back surgery, so I just decided not to play this year.
A difficult transition to make.
It was pretty tough at first, especially because a lot of these football players are like some of my best friends, and can't really play with them, so it felt kind of like I was letting them down.
But what he can't do on the field, he makes up for from the stands.
I think this is an extension of Dylan being on the field. Even when he was injured and couldn't be on the field but was dressing out, he was out there trying to pump up the guys.
Supporting his teammates, his friends.
He's a great kid, and he shows a tremendous amount of sport. These kids out here are his friends, and he wants to make sure that they're getting the best that they can from him.
And wearing the F for Falcons on his chest rather than on a jersey. Brad Galbraith, KOMU 8 Sports, Jefferson City.
I will be continuing my education this fall at
The decision lasted 1 sentence, but the process was a bit more complicated for DGB and his family.
It was wild. A lot of people calling, texting, "Where's he going?" And I had to tell them I have no idea. It was crazy.
At 18 years old, Dorial Green Beckham had to make one of the biggest decisions of his life.
The scope of it just got crazy. So many people seem to have, watching every move you make, every word he says. It's too much for an 18-year-old kid.
DGB, a big guy from a big family. His parents were here, and he had 9 brothers and sisters all here to support him.
To have my family here, stand behind me, has been big on me to be able to trust all the people that's been behind me, that followed me from day one, for being able to set my dreams and my goals for next fall.
DGB told his family of his decision on Monday night.
Yeah, we just said, sleep on it, see how you feel about it tomorrow. And then, the last night, he told the rest of the family, felt real good about it. He never wavered, never doubted.
I've been really proud of how he handled it. He's handled it really maturely.
But at the end of the day, he's no different than anyone else.
It's like everybody sees him as a rock star, but when he's at home, we see him as our regular brother.
Brad Galbraith, KOMU 8 Sports, Springfield. Good evening, everyone. I'm Brad Galbraith. On the same day, 26 seniors took Faurot Field for the last time. Defensive coordinator Dave Steckel ran onto the field for the first time as the Missouri head coach, filling in, of course, for Gary Pinkel. Michael Agnew and Jaquez Smith, 2 of the many seniors honored. I wonder if they cried. My guess is yes. First quarter, Texas Tech's Bradley Marquez with the 1-yard TD run. 7-0 Red Raiders on top. Then, in the second quarter, Seth Dagey with the 3-yard TD run, 14-0 Tech on top. Steckel needs to get his guys going. Second quarter, Mizzou's Devin Moore with the 54-yard run, sprints down the sideline. Looks like he may get in the end zone, but a shoestring tackle stops him. But no worries, James Franklin has got you covered. He gets the 5-yard TD run up the middle, 14-7, Red Raiders still on top. Second half action, James Franklin with the fade pass to Michael Agnew. Gets the toes down in the back of the end zone for the 5-yard TD, 2017 Texas Tech. But with 1 second left in the third, Dagey passes it to Darren Moore for the 24-yard TD. He gets 1 foot in, counts in college ball. That's all that matters. 27-17 Red Raiders. But Mizzou comes right back in the fourth as Franklin throws a 7-yard TD pass to Marcus Lucas. 27-24 Tech. Missouri working their way back into this game. Then with less than 3 minutes left, Franklin, 20-yard run. He keeps on chugging, will not go down. That takes it deep into Tech territory. And then Franklin caps it off. Gets to the pylon. That puts Missouri up 31-27. And then with less than a minute left, Texas Tech driving. The tipped ball by Dominique Hamilton. Michael Sam comes up with the pick. Mizzou sends the seniors off with the win. Mizzou wins 31-27.